What's up, y'all? Like I said, we just came off of talking about photography. Now let's get into same thing, but video editing and video shooting. I like shooting video. Video is really fun for me. When I got to FIU, it was really big to show the world what we were doing. We had just launched an Instagram page, just launched a Twitter, so it was like super duper big. So I was constantly cranking out videos. When I first got started, I was really, for long stuff, I liked Premiere Pro. I'm a Premiere kid. I'm an Adobe Suite kid. That's just me. And Adobe Suite is Photoshop, InDesign, Premiere Pro, DreamWorks, all that type of stuff. After Effects, all that type of stuff. That was just my preference because the interfaces are the same. Photoshop and Premiere Pro are the same to an extent. Same tools and all that stuff. But I did have a stint with Final Cut Pro X, which was awesome. I thought that was a little bit simpler, a little more direct, a little less terminology-esque. And then for really quick stuff that didn't really require a whole lot, iMovie totally sufficed. So if you have a Mac or you have a PC, there are ways to really go from being an average shooter and editor to a super duper shooter and editor. But for basics, like I said, iMovie does the job. There's some things that you don't get out of it with like color correction and stuff like that, but iMovie is definitely a beginner, great place to start if you really want to get into video editing. Then maybe second to that would be Final Cut Pro X. Like I said, a little bit more direct, a little more user-friendly. And then if you really want to take it to an extreme level, which we're talking like probably what your video departments do for your intro videos and all that stuff, you're looking at Premiere Pro. When it comes to shooting, I literally went from shooting on the camera that I took pictures from, which shot 4K, which is like the highest caliber of video shooting you can do, to literally using my iPhone. And not because I didn't love the camera, but because when you talk about doing videos for Instagram and doing quick stuff like, oh, we're at shoot around, I gotta get this video out by the time shoot around's over, your iPhone is perfect. It's funny, at the Big Ten tournament, I literally filmed this one video where I was literally panning the balls that had the logo on it with my iPhone. It was 4K and it looked like you wouldn't even know I took it with my iPhone. The only reason people knew is because I was like aggressively filming it during practice. But video editing and shooting, like I said, your iPhone is dope. If you have an X, XR, XS, all that, like these iPhones now are shooting 10K. Well, you're shooting 4K, excuse me, or shooting 4K. So you're getting full quality videos that you would with a $3,000 camera and $3,000 lens. So you don't have to be limited if you don't have those skills. Your iPhone is your friend. Like I said, I'm very likely to use my phone now more than a camera just because of the turnaround time is super duper fast. I remember I was editing on my iPad one time just because it was just that much simpler to do. So video editing and video shooting, obviously if you could get a camera, dope, do it. Hit me if you need some suggestions. If y'all got the money to spend, I got you. I'll tell you exactly what to get for the bang for your buck to do it. But like I said, iPhones are perfect. iPhones are perfect for what you're looking to do. I have a gizmo that literally is like a stabilizer, and it allows me to plug my iPhone in and literally move so my hands aren't shaking, which is cool, which is pretty much like a super extreme selfie stick, which I love. And those are like $200. Some of them are that expensive. I think the one I got was $200, but like they have them from $200 to $70 is probably the lowest I've maybe ever seen of ones that may actually have the ability to be electronic. But definitely an investment. You don't have to do it, like if you can do it big, do it super duper big, but you'd actually be surprised you have more resources than you think to shoot and edit video. So that's my stance on video editing, skills to build. it's all about a feel. I mean, I watch, like I said, if you're following those video accounts that I talked about, or those other social media platforms that I talked about, you can always get ideas for videos. But yeah, that's what we're talking about. So the next thing and final thing I'm going to talk about is software learning, and that video is right down there. So you're already at the end, so you might as well just keep going and watch software learning. And yeah, skills to build. We're piling them on.